everyone, this is Sarah in Japan and welcome back to another Biblical Read-Along. Today I'm going to be reading out of Psalm 55, continuing on in our series, King David, a man after God's own heart. Okay, so I'm going to read the commentary first and then just read Psalm 55 for today. Okay, so the commentary here, it reads, A Prayer of a Man in Trouble. This is another psalm by David. The contents of this psalm fit well into the time of Absalom's rebellion, when Ahithophel, David's most trusted advisor, defaulted. Now, if you remember, Absalom is one of David's sons. Okay, I think he's the oldest one. Okay, and there are a lot of reasons why Absalom rebelled against David. Okay, and you can read that in 2 Samuel chapters 15 through 17. Okay, this betrayal is a foreshadowing of Judas who betrayed Jesus. The psalmist desires to see his enemies dealt with, and he trusts in God. Alright, so without further ado, Psalm 55, a psalm of one betrayed by his friends. Okay, give ear to my prayer, O God, and hide not thyself from my supplication. Attend unto me and hear me. I mourn in my complaint, and I make a noise, because of the voice of the enemy, because of the oppression of the wicked, for they cast iniquity upon me, and in wrath they hate me. My heart is sore pained within me, and the terrors of death are fallen upon me. Fearfulness and trembling are come upon me, and horror hath overwhelmed me. And I said, O that I had wings like a dove! For then I would fly away, and be at rest. Verse 7. Lo, then would I wander far off and remain in the wilderness, Selah. You ever felt like that? You want to run away and just go off and be a hermit by yourself in the woods? Yeah, because of all the things that are happening and, things that people are saying and doing to you. Okay, verse 5, Fearfulness and trembling are come upon me, and horror hath overwhelmed me. Oh, sorry, I have to read. That's verse 5. I went backwards. Verse 8, I would hasten my escape from the windy storm and tempest. Verse 9, Destroy, O Lord, and divide their tongues, for I have seen violence and strife in the city. Day and night they go about it, upon the walls thereof. Mischief also and sorrow are in the midst of it. Wickedness is in the midst thereof. Deceit and guile depart not from her streets. For it was not an enemy that reproached me, for it was not an enemy. Isn't it, Jesus said that our enemies would be that of our own households. And a lot of the times our worst enemies can start off as friends. And I know that many of you have probably gone through this as well. For it was not an enemy that reproached me, then I could have borne it. Yeah, so it's more bearable if it's, an actual enemy, but usually enemies are people that were once, our friends and family. Okay? Then I could have borne it. Neither was it he that hated me, that did magnify himself against me. Then I would have hid myself from him. But it was thou, a man mine equal, my guide, and my acquaintance. We took sweet counsel together, and we walked in unto the house of God in company. Let death seize upon them, and let them go down quick into hell, for wickedness is in their dwellings and among them. Verse 16, As for me, I will call upon God, and God shall save me. Verse 17, Evening and morning and at noon I will pray. So will I pray and cry aloud, for he shall hear my voice. He hath delivered my soul in peace from the battle that was against me, for there were many with me. God shall hear and afflict them, even he that abideth of old, Selah. Because they have no changes, therefore they fear not God. He hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He hath broken his covenant. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. Verse 22. This is also found in 2 Peter. Cast thy burden upon the Lord, and he shall sustain thee, for he shall never suffer the righteous to be moved. You should probably highlight that. That's an important verse to remember. I will say it one more time. Cast thy burden upon the Lord, and he shall sustain thee. He shall never suffer the righteous to be moved. That's true. No matter what we're going through, if you give your burden to the Lord and you abide in the Lord, he will be there to help you. And he will take you through whatever storm you're going through. But you have to abide in him. You have to be obedient to him, okay? But thou, God, shalt bring them down into the pit of destruction. Bloody and deceitful men shall not live out half their days, but I will trust in thee. Okay, so that concludes my read-along for Psalm 55. I will be back later when I have the time. I bless you all in the mighty name of Jesus Christ. I'm out. Bye.